Honored Architect, my name is Lieutenant Ash, and I am the newly appointed personal guardian of Princess Fira Veldarian. I understand that Her Highness and Your Eminence were close friends as children, and I didn't wish to report this to First Counselor Blaze, as I am sure your knowledge of Princess Fira would be more informed. She has begun exhibiting very strange behavior, taking nighttime walks through the ice fields north of Sanctuary in barely any clothing, swimming in glacial waters, and complains of overheating in comfortable temperatures. She denies having done these things in the morning, and I am doing my best to contain these strange behaviors, but I was wondering if you might visit, or at least write to her. I'm afraid of what people might think of the Princess of Fire if this got out into the public. Thank you for your attention and your discretion. Lieutenant Ash.
من الجحيم نشرق وإلى الجحيم سنرجع.
Hello Grumpy Owls, welcome home. We are back here on the Minecraft Creative Story build in the Kingdom of Edry. And yeah, we've got lots of stuff done. And first of all, I want to say thank you to you guys. So I released a Kingdoms of Home gear. You guys have been super awesome with that. You guys have been super awesome with the Patreon server. And you guys have just given me a lot of inspiration and just a lot of confidence to keep going and continue doing this and just have fun with it. And I want to show you guys what we're doing in Ember, and I'm very excited about this. So, you guys last time got to hear my buddy Hungry Squid do the innkeeper. So this is the inn. Now this is pretty much done on the outside. I've got a little bit to do in the back, but this is going to be that inn. So we've got our main little section here, and there's nothing done on the inside yet. But we've got our main little section here, just nothing too crazy. You guys have seen most of this, but out here is the new stuff. So I've gone and done a little bit of this glazed terracotta. I have this nice little section up here. This is how you get to your rooms. Another little section of glazed terracotta. I'm really trying to utilize this stuff. I'm really trying to get it in my head and make it a part of this build. And I feel like I did that pretty well over here. This stuff's really hard to do on walls, and it just ends up being kind of a little bit of a pain. But they've got this nice little sitting area. We've got this section down here. This needs to get over here. Put some builds on this thing. There we go. But the back is not quite detailed just yet. I've done a little bit, but I want to make it look better. But this is like one complete building, which I really like. I think this is going to be a really cool room. Now, I may break this, or I may turn this into like the master suite. So like this is where somebody with a lot of money coming through, like maybe a merchant or something, is able to come in and, you know, put up their place. And then possibly have this one be a little bit more communal. Like I may put in like a couple of beds like all down through here and just make it a lot more communal. So a bunch of people sharing the one section. Because I do have like the actual inn down here. So this is the Inn of the Flaming Lizard. I have the actual inn and it has an upstairs section. But I kind of wanted to turn this upstairs section into like the innkeeper's place, I guess. And I gotta stop doing that. I don't know why I'm doing that. But, yeah, turn this into the innkeeper's section a little bit more. That way he has a place to live as well, Mr. Edgar. And then we have a little life spot down here. So this is just where, like, some, you know, maybe a father-son had come through and they're just like here to pick up some supplies or purchase something, and they didn't have the money to stay in the inn, so they just parked their little llama down here, and they just got a little fire barrel going, and they're just hanging out underneath this little makeshift tent. And up here I'm planning a not like military building, but definitely like a government building, probably similar to the immigration center in Sanctuary. Like, I didn't have that so much in Scorn, but Scorn is just not that way. They're not really like a, you know, not like a authoritarian, but they're not really like a government set up place. It's kind of the underbelly, and they're run by a coven of witches out of basically fear. So a little bit more government in this place. And so this is going to be a government building. It's going to be just a low flat building. It's not going to be too crazy. So here is something I'm really proud of and really excited about. I want to change the color on this, but this is like a big like canvas covering that is in between the two towers. And this is where, like in Sanctuary, you have the entrance into the actual city. This is the same type of deal. So you come through here, there's going to be guards that check your stuff. This is kind of the customs area, and I really like the way this came out. I think this is really cool. I like the design. I want to use this more, and I tried to use this more a little bit up here, but like this is a double section, so it kind of came out a little funny as opposed to just being like a flat, you know, carpet on top. So, but I really like this. I like having all the, you know, storage on the outside, and it just feels nice. I want to show you guys, I also covered over the section out here. So you guys know when you come through here, you will see what is going to be Ember on the top level. This is the fire section. So I've got this completely covered over, so no more Moldavite on the outside. You can see I've got a little bit of like a section out here that needs to be just kind of taken in. What I did to do this is there is actually vanilla code that will allow you to do fill. It is a little complicated. It's not too bad, I will say. If I can do it, you can do it. What you basically are doing, and this is all built into the programming now, so like you would do fill, little function. So fill, those three little things are supposed to be like your coordinates. So what you would do is you would get your coordinates, you do fill, put in your coordinates, go to wherever you wanted to go, and then put in those coordinates after that, and then just do like Minecraft semicolon, I think it's, no, Minecraft colon, red sand or whatever, and then you just put that in, and it will come out and fill in the area in between everything. I'll show you guys how to do it at some point when I actually need to do it, but what it does is it allows us to come down here. Let me get a torch out, because it's going to get kind of dark. It allows you to come down here and see what this place is going to look like covered over. I'm really excited about this. It completely changes the atmosphere. Yeah. So it completely changes the atmosphere of the underside of Ember. It is really cool. I'm really looking forward to building down in here. This is going to be like the frozen cold area, and it feels a lot more frozen now. And what I might do with this is I may actually take some of this blue ice, and I may actually like come up here and do some like icicles hanging down. So like some places where it just kind of feels a little bit more frozen. I kind of like that idea. I was thinking of actually where this Moldavite is, of doing kind of a layer of ice in some of it. So I'll have to see. I don't know. I'm still kind of caught in design right now. And this is not a place that I'm going to be building in, you know, anytime soon. But like some icicles coming down, I think would be really cool. And it just gives this place a little bit more of a frozen feel. because there are these little spots where like sunlight comes through, and I think that's really cool looking. But yeah, if you definitely get into the light, this whole place changes. So how cool is that? I love it. So cool place, but not what we are concentrating on for this. We are upstairs. We are in the outside of Ember. Everything is going well. It's all wonderful and pretty and nice. I love this, like, this style, I guess. This is what I plan to build the majority of Ember in the style of. And what I like about it is it's a hybrid, and it's not something I would normally build. So it is kind of a mixture of like Arabic and like almost like Pueblo, Central American, like it's got a little bit of that Spanish influence, a little bit of that Italian influence. I really like it. I think it's going to be nice. I think it's going to be a good contrast of this, because Ember's an older kingdom. So Ember's going to have different styles of architecture. Like if you just go around your normal everyday like place that you live, if you live in an old enough city, you start to see the difference in architecture. So some places are going to look like old, like Victorian maybe, the colonial American, like where I live. And then other places are going to be very modern. And they're going to have just a little bit of a different look, but they're going to try to mimic that old feel. That is kind of a thing that just ends up happening in architecture. So it's cool. I like it. I like the hybrid style. I think it's going to be fun. I was on my live stream talking to Fix It yesterday, and we were just basically talking about like what makes a good builder versus who's a good artist in the game. Give me a second to get some coffee. Oh, my voice is killing me. Cold coffee. So we were talking a bit about what makes a, like, good builder versus what makes a good, kind of artist, I guess. I'm still trying to find a word for it. We were talking about people that are able to get on and build these like insane, crazy like cities, and just that's how they think. Like they're just built to do that. Fix It is one of those people. He's a better builder than I am. And he's just amazing at coming up with these great concepts and building them in these large scales, and he understands the architecture, and Germsy is like that as well. And then there are people like me and Pixel Brew, and people kind of like I would say even like BOO, Wells Knight, where we understand the basics. We can come in and we can like do a basic tower. We can do a basic like Arabic style house. We can do a basic like medieval style house if we want to. And then we detail it very specifically to our each individual style. And that's what makes us seem like really good builders. We're very good at detailing. We're very good at creating and painting over something. Like this could be just a normal desert build, like something you would see on like a grind tutorial. But I've taken that and I've made it my own. And there are some people that are really good at making the basics of Minecraft their own. And I would say that is people like myself, Pixel Brew, Wells Knight, BOO. Like they're very good at, like we can do the big crazy stuff if we really want to. But where we really thrive is style and making things our own and making it like, you know, have a lot of color and making it have just a feeling that it is different and unique. And like, I think that's where this place is really going to shine. This place is going to feel very unique. It's going to feel very different. And I really like that. I really like what's going to happen with it. I'm saying it's a little too Tuscan right now for me. I want to add in some curvature to bring in that kind of Arabic feel. And I will work on that, but this is also an inn outside of the city. So this can be a little bit different. If you guys remember, Edgar is, the guy who owns this place, is from Valarian. Valarian is very Tuscan. So maybe he's redecorated it to be a little bit more like that. So maybe we'll work on keeping a little bit more of our kind of Indian Arabic that we were going with our entrance over there. But I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be cool. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to build a, like very specifically right now, I'm trying to build a air catching area. I can't remember the name of this thing, but it is an Iranian design, I want to say. So an Iranian design where you are designing something to catch prevailing winds. So this place is actually surrounded by ocean, but most of my wind is probably going to rip through here. And what these towers are that you see on top of all these like Islamic buildings, like even if you look on like line or you see them in person or whatever, they are designed to catch wind and mathematically like engineered to actually move it through a building. So what would happen is you guys can see a lot more of this in my Kingdoms, my ElysianCraft Kingdoms Series 2. You will see where they actually like take this stuff, like they push it through these different little sections of the house and really make it a part of almost like an air conditioning unit. It's really cool. Like, I'm actually really impressed with it. And they were doing all this in like the BC era. So really, really amazing that it's even got done. But like this would push down here, and then maybe at this point there would be like a little break there. So it would come down and it would get pushed down into here. So it would probably actually be like maybe right here. So all that air would get caught, it would get pushed down, it would get pushed into the building here. So they would actually like take this section and maybe do something more along this line, and it would actually get pushed into the house. This hallway would then be like, let me see if I can show you just very quickly. So say this was a hallway that is going to extend out, which it actually is. And I'll detail all this in a little while, but we've got little hallway right here. Okay, now all that air that's being pushed down into this area needs to go somewhere. And so it will get pushed down into here, and say there, we have to decide on where the wind is coming from, because that's going to depend on where all of this is being built. Because like, if I say, I'm going to put in more of these air vents like this, but say I put them in over here, what's going to happen is if I put them in over here, the air is going to be pushed through here and it's just going to get sucked out because the wind is coming from like this direction. So I want to make sure this is all covered. I want to make sure that no air is going to escape out of here. But like on this side, maybe I would do something a little different. Like here, this way I'm sucking air from like this section and pushing it through, and it's continuing to be pushed. So on this side of this building, like where the prevailing wind is coming through, I am going to be adding in a lot of these air fixtures to push in air. And that's going to help with just keeping things cool in the middle of the desert. Now, we also do have to remember that this place has permafrost underneath here. So there's going to be a lot of ice. So like rich people and important government officials are going to have almost their own set of ice air conditioning. So, and how that used to work like way back in the day is you basically would take like a little part of the house down here, you would take some ice, you'd put it in a corner, maybe right next to a window, and so that would push the cold air, push the air past the ice, and then actually make it like nice and cold. So let's do like ice, and we have like the blue ice, which is what we're using. So maybe like up here, there would be ice, and then it would be like contained in something. So something like along this line, and there you go. So wind would be coming through here, it would be blowing over that, and it would cool the area below. So that is how ice would work in like a medieval fashion of air conditioning. So lots of cool things to do, lots of cool things to build. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm having a great time with it. the story is going to be really cool for this area, and you guys are getting little bits of it right now, but it is going to start picking up the pace with a lot of things that are going to be happening. I'm really excited about it. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting Home. I know you guys love it. It is the most popular series on my server or on my channel, so I'm gonna keep doing that. If you guys want to get involved in the Forgotten Kingdoms, the kind of phase 2 of Home, where you guys are building the kingdoms, that is on my Patreon server. It is only $2.50 a month, and you guys can get whitelisted on there. I'm going to start doing a showcase series of your kingdoms. So you guys come up with a, come up with your own story, come up with your own, concept. Basically, just stay inside of the world of Home's concepts. So you guys had to run away from the world being, destroyed. But you are going to build your own kingdoms, and you guys just amaze me. Show me something cool. I am excited. I want to see. And, yeah, $2.50 a month, not bad. That is less than some of the drinks at Starbucks. So, guys, I will see you guys in the next episode of this, and thank you so much for watching. My Patreon's listed down below. Get yourself some Scorn gear from the Kingdoms of Home, and stay tuned. We have so much more to do, and I'm so excited. All right, guys, so take care, and I'll see you later. All right, bye-bye.